All right. So, Merry Christmas. Today we are doing a different kind of thing than I normally do. So, I'm doing a live tarot pick a card reading for anyone who may be able to show up live. Maybe no one will be able to show up live. Um, so, we'll see. But if you guys have questions or comments, if people do come on here during the live, then feel free to pop them in the chat. And if you guys can hear me okay, also let me know. I kind of want to do some more lives since it's really fun to interact with people on the other side of the video. So let me know if you can hear me or if you are here. And then maybe you can share with me anything that you're doing over the holidays. And then we'll just get started in a minute. My mom is flying in today from Florida, so I'm excited to get her from the airport once we hop off this live and um, to get to spend some time with her. So, okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know, but let's go ahead and get started because um, I think that's a good idea. So, we have 3 piles for today, which you could see from the thumbnail. So, if you want, you can always go back to that thumbnail to check them out, but I'm also going to hold them up. So, we have again 3 piles today. Pile 1 is going to be the Queen of Wands, and this present. So if you chose pile 1 and this present, that's going to be for you. And then pile 2 is going to be the 6 of Swords and this blue present. So that's pile 2. And then pile 3 is the Ace of Cups and this present. So just go ahead and choose pile 1, 2, or 3. And we'll go ahead and get started with pile 1. And if you want to drop anything in the chat, let me know if you can hear me or if you have questions, what you're doing for the holidays, anything that you want to share. So, yeah, let's start off with pile 1. Those of you who chose the Queen of Wands. So, for you guys, this blessing that's coming for the holiday, or basically the Christmas miracle, is going to be stepping into a lot more of your own confidence. The Queen of Wands is somebody who feels very creatively inspired. This is somebody who is a leader who's really strong in their own energy. So if you guys have felt at times like you've played things small, or if you have held back from certain things, you sound loud and clear. Oh, okay, amazing. So yeah, if you guys have held yourself back from anything or again played it small in any kind of way or have been really insecure or uncertain about yourself, I see that really subsiding here with the Queen of Wands. With this inner peace card, Merry Christmas. With this inner peace card, I think that you guys are coming into a harmony with yourself. And that's something that I see a lot with the Queen of Wands is somebody who is in tune with their own kind of spiritual energy, somebody who is in touch with their intuition, who's listening to it, who's following their creative urges, and is getting a positive result because of that. So I see you guys coming into more of an inner peace, and that could represent having less resistance to certain elements of your personality, to certain elements of your life. This could be you embracing different aspects of your personality and allowing them to shine through in a more authentic way. So, this inner peace card, I think, has a lot to do with you guys being very settled in who you are as an individual and not allowing other people to get in your head about that or influence you negatively, and to remain confident despite outside noise or outside situations that can happen. Also, for the Queen of Wands, the first pile, we got the Sloth in reverse, which is the Four of Swords in reverse. So this can speak to you guys coming out of a phase of maybe stagnation in certain ways where you could have held yourself back with this Queen of Wands because maybe you felt like you weren't ready or again lacked a certain amount of energy or confidence. So the Four of Swords in reverse can speak to you guys feeling like you are kind of ready to meet the world. The Wands cards are related to the fire element in astrology, and fire is energizing. Fire is energizing, and it gets you up and moving to take action, and it allows you to initiate from a place of inspiration and excitement. So I can see you guys coming into that with the Queen of Wands group. So someone in the chat says 3 a.m. where I am. Just happened to see you are alive. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm so happy to see you joining. Where are you located? I'm super curious about that. Okay, so what else is coming through for my Queen of Wands? What are the blessings? What are the miracles coming through for them? So we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. What are the miracles happening for my Queen of Wands? The Moon in reverse. Um, what's the Christmas miracle? I kind of feel like this is not just a Christmas miracle, but this is coming up for the year ahead. So it might be something that you're intuitively feeling now, but it might take some time for it to fully unfold. Okay, all these cards are coming out reverse. So happy Christmas. How's it going? Let me know in the chat where you guys are not calling in, but where you guys are located and if you're doing things special for the holidays. I'm super curious. Okay, so we start off with the Page of Pentacles and the Moon card. I'm just going to take these upright because most of them came out in reverse. So, caught you live. Yeah, Justin, picking pile 2. Okay, amazing. That's my favorite present out of them. Oh, India, amazing. Taiwan, not Thailand. I have been to Taiwan actually with my brother. I do want to go to Thailand as well though, but Taiwan's beautiful. Okay, so for my Queen of Wands, group 1, we got the Page of Pentacles, the Moon card. So to me, this is really speaking to somebody who may have had situations that kind of never got off the ground in some way. The Page of Pentacles can represent the something being kind of at its beginning stages. So something in your life, like maybe it was a relationship or a creative idea or a business or just some kind of intention that you had, like for your body, your family, whatever. The Page of Pentacles can represent where you had that vision in mind, but with the Moon card, maybe there were some unforeseen forces around divine timing or your own psychology that actually held you back a little bit in terms of getting this Page of Pentacles off the ground. So, like, let's say you had some kind of business plan, maybe you didn't give it your all, or maybe something happened to take away your focus and your energy. So, there's something here around you starting to see where you may have been kind of like using your energy in a not an un like a yeah, I guess like diffusing your energy a little bit too much. So I think that you're going to spot why something hasn't grown, why something hasn't solidified, because I feel like what's happening is for my Queen of Wands group, you guys are coming to life. Like the ice is melting, you're coming back into your own fire, into your own excitement. And with that, I think that you're going to start to see why certain areas of your life again have been stagnating and being able to, and then you'll be able to change it. So, yeah, I feel like that's one of the biggest things here is recognizing why am I not growing and then what can I do to change that? And I think that's what you guys are going to see very, very clearly. And again, I think this is you leading with action and self-belief. So I can see 8 of Pentacles and 4 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be really developing certain skills that you need to see something grow with the 8 of Pentacles. This is somebody working really hard. Again, that's the feeling I get is that you're finally mobilizing maybe after a period of lacking self-confidence or just again, maybe something was going on in your life that was pulling your energy away, but I see you finally coming back. Maybe you have like a plan or a schedule or maybe you have schooling with the 8 of Pentacles, but there's something here around developing the skill and putting the time and effort in. And the 4 of Cups is somebody who is also streamlining things and they're getting really focused and clear on the intentions of what they're trying to manifest and what they don't want to manifest. So, this is you recognizing that you can't say yes to everything. There are going to be opportunities that maybe interest you that could have sparked something that maybe took you off your path. I see you guys like getting streamlined, focused, and not following these like little detours along the way, and instead going all in on maybe one big thing and allowing yourself to fully see it through with the 8 of Pentacles, really giving it your all, really developing your skill at that thing. So there's something about this where, yeah, I think your passion again is kind of getting channeled and focused, and it's moving things along a lot quicker. Um, yeah, and you guys might decide to start something new. And so there may be things if you do decide to add something new in with the 4 of cups, there may be something that you need to let go of in order to make room for that. So just keep in mind that I think a really big thing for this Queen of Wands is developing clear focus and intentions, and that's something that I think is coming to you as a result of you being more confident. So you're allowing yourself to maybe want something more or to not get in your own head with it because you have this inner peace and you know that it's meant for you and you know that you're confident in who you are. So I can see with the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles, again, you guys might be deciding to start something new that you haven't really tried before, or taking a new approach to something. If that with that Page of Pentacles, um, if something hasn't been growing in your life, or if it hasn't been moving forward at a proper rate and you want to see it thrive, you guys might try a totally new approach with this Ace of Pentacles on an existing path, or you might realize that you need to go down an entirely new path. With the Magician card, it's speaking to using your own skill sets, and that's something that I could really see um coming in here is I think that you guys are recognizing more of your individuality, and you're starting to see what you're really good at and you're leaning into those. That's what makes the Queen of Wands so confident is it's not so much about being perfect, but it's about really playing into your strengths. And so that's something I think the Queen of Wands individual is going to be doing is not only getting really focused and clear on what is it they're manifesting, they're really mobilizing themselves and they're working to their strengths in a way that's going to get them more immediate results and not feel like you're having to push as much. And with the World card, I think that you're going to be potentially traveling in this year ahead. The World card can also represent reaching certain milestones that you're really wanting to reach. So if there is some kind of goal that you set very clear intentions on at the beginning of the year, I absolutely see my Queen of Wands individuals reaching that particular goal. So I do kind of want to roll the Astro dice to see what area of life is most affected. So we got the 12th house and we have the North Node. Okay, so I think that you guys are having some kind of spiritual. Oh, wait, sorry. This is Leo, not the North Node. um, so with the 12th house, there is some kind of like spiritual calling here that's emerging. And I think that you guys, with that Moon card coming out and the 12th house, those have very similar qualities of the subconscious mind being involved. So I think that you guys are coming into more of your kind of soul purpose this year. Especially with Leo, I think that this could have a lot to deal with your career, your visibility, your success in the world. And so you guys might be aligning a lot with some kind of creative vision or maybe even children, because Leo is also related to children. So one of those areas, either a creative vision, children, or career and being in the spotlight. So I could see you guys really developing that this year. And I think coming into your soul purpose. But I think part of that with this Moon card and the 12th house is going to relate to you guys being aware of your like where you might undermine yourself. Oh, Janelle. Hi, Janelle. I'm so happy to see you. Janelle's the best. She also does psychic readings and mediumship readings if you guys are interested. But yeah, the 12th house and the moon, this really is going to represent unlocking more of the subconscious and being aware of where you might kind of like give your power away or not recognize that you're kind of sabotaging a dream or slowing it down by doing certain things. So I just see you guys becoming really, really self-aware and again playing into those strengths, and it's going to allow you to achieve some really major either career and recognition goals or something to do with the family. So what else is a miracle for my Queen of Wands group? What are they? What are they maybe? Yeah, what are they going to get as a result of this miracle? So we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. What are they going to get? The Six of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I feel like you guys, with the 10 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, you're coming into a period of time where you're going to be able to leave behind the strategies for your work, or, if this is related to children, like the pregnancy strategies or your health strategies that are not effective. The 10 of Wands represents somebody exerting a ton of energy and effort just to get the ball rolling a little bit. But what I see here with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, I think that you guys are going to come into a place where you ask people for help, or maybe you have some kind of team. So, like, let's say if this is a career goal, maybe this is you working with somebody else to get something, to get a lot more momentum, and they get to do things that maybe you don't excel at or you don't enjoy. And it allows you to be in your most authentic energy while outsourcing the things that don't bring you joy and aren't easy for you. And so it's like you don't have to do things that aren't aligned with you as much, and the 10 of Wands is like it doesn't have to be that difficult, right? So it's like you're developing some kind of strategy that's going to make things easier, and part of that strategy is seeking outside help of some sort, having some teamwork, collaboration. If this is you trying to get pregnant, this is you maybe going to an acupuncturist or a doctor, something that can help you bring your body into balance. Or maybe if you're working as a solo entrepreneur or a single parent, this is you getting outside help. So there's something here around not having to do it on your own and not having to do work in a way that feels like it's a lot of effort. I just think that you're making things easier on yourself. And that comes again from being sure of who you are and what you're good at and leaning into those things and those qualities and having this inner peace that I think that you're going to have. So we also have 8 of Swords in reverse and 6 of Pentacles upright. So I also feel like if you've been limiting yourself in the past and you have felt maybe scared to ask for the things that you want. With the 6 of Pentacles, this is not just like asking for what you want, but it's asking for fair treatment. So I want to get paid this way, or if I'm in a relationship, I want to be treated this way. But it's because I'm showing up and offering a lot. So the 8 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles to me represents somebody who is going to be up leveling their mindset when it comes to what they deserve. They're not going to limit their own capability and potential by settling for crumbs or by not charging more or whatever. There's something here around being able to receive, to get support, and to feel deserving of it. So that is very in line with the Queen of Wands. We are still in the first pile. That is very in line with the Queen of Wands, about not taking people's shit, but also beyond that, like specifically seeing your value, seeing your worth, and having that reflected in the financial outcomes that you have. So this feels very career goal oriented, or again, if you want to have children, it could be in particular around that. So if this is around children and you guys wanting to have them, this is really about feeling like you deserve to have that miracle, but also like your partner is supporting you and you have a whole system around you supporting you in order to achieve this goal. Um, so yeah, I think those are the main messages. I want to give you guys a chance to ask some questions at the end. So if you want, you can type it in the chat. If you don't want to, that's fine. But if you have a particular thing that you want to manifest, for those of you who've chosen the Queen of Wands group, I would love for you to ask your question about that manifestation. Maybe it's around timing, or if it's going to happen, or if it shouldn't happen. Go ahead and ask your question now, and I'm going to pull a card to answer it. Okay. So for those of you who finished asking your question, your answer is choose a new direction. And this goes aligned with the message that I saw with the Ace of Pentacles, that there might be something here from my Queen of Wands group where you're going to be able to approach the existing goal from a new place, from a new perspective, from a new path. Or again, there could be an entirely reinvented goal that has maybe elements of your previous one and then new elements coming in. So there's something here around the existing path, the existing goal, something around that needs to change in order for it to come to fruition in the way that is meant to align with you as a soul. So don't hold too fast to one particular vision, and manner of manifestation. Allow yourself to, yeah, allow yourself to have a new way of getting there. So Giovi Ferrando asked, "Will I go to work abroad?" So let's pull a card for that specifically. Um, there might be a way to approach that is different than you're initially considering, but let's see if you're meant to work abroad. So we have perfect timing and a year from now. Okay, so I feel like this is very clear messaging for you, Jovi, which is saying, yes, you can go to work abroad, but maybe you need to get your ducks in a row and align everything, which could take a full year from now. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're working along to have patience throughout this year. Okay, so that is group one. If there's any other questions, drop it in the chat and then we'll move on. Okay, so for those of you who chose the second pile, um, let me actually reincorporate these tarot cards. So for those of you who chose the Six of Swords, this is your group. And then we also have this blue present to go along with it. So if you chose pile two, this is going to be your reading. So to start off for pile two with the Six of Swords, there's something here where you guys are potentially going to be traveling. The Six of Swords can often indicate foreign lands, going to other places that you haven't been before. But it also represents a transition into a calmer period of life. So if things have felt overwhelming, if they have felt, if they have felt kind of stuck in some type of way, or if they if there's been anything that has been blocked energetically, then I can see you're coming out of that. The Six of Swords, again, is this kind of idea of smoother waters. So if you want to move from one state of your life to another, if you want to physically move or if you want to just like change some element of your life, then the Six of Swords can represent being able to do that um, peacefully, easily, not having the energy thwarted in some way. And we also have the Page of Wands for you, which is a card that represents a free spirit. And this is the raccoon energy. So, first of all, I feel like raccoons, they're kind of like opportunistic feeders, right? They're digging through trash. They're running around the city. They kind of find a way to make things work wherever they are. And the Page of Wands can have that kind of energy of mobility and craftiness and resourcefulness and yeah, I don't know. I see something going on here with that. With the Six of Swords is maybe you guys traveling a bit or like backpacking or having some kind of thing in your life that is transitioning and changing and things are really up in the air and it requires like a lot of dynamic energy um and thinking on your toes and being adaptable. I can see something like that going on. So if you guys again have felt scared about some type of transition, or if you have felt really stuck in not moving forward in any way, then this is representing that you guys are going to be able to move freely. Me at this current job, get me out of here, please. Yeah. So if you've been really like, oh, I've been stuck at this job and I'm not happy here, or I really want to travel, I really want to experience freedom, or I want to make this big transition in my life, but I'm not sure how it's going to go. This group is indicating that you guys are going to have a good time in this transition, or an ease and a lightness of your feet and an ability to adapt to the situation that you're in. And I think it's going to be pleasant, basically. I think that you're going to be really happy if you do make some kind of move or transition. Um, okay, why do I keep rolling the 12th house die? Okay, let me roll this again. So what area is this in? So we have the 4th house and Aries. So yeah, I mean the 4th house is representative of our home and family. Oops. So some of you guys might be literally moving. So maybe if you do transition jobs, for example, you could end up moving houses if that's also something that would make sense for you. But there is, again, a really strong thing around like roots and security. So financial security, home security. Can see a lot of those things um, shifting. So maybe you got your money one way and now you're going to get it another way. You lived one place and now you're going to live another place. So it's kind of that again that shifting energy. And with Aries, it's something that you are the one initiating. Aries is about the self, it's about being proactive. So if you guys have been waiting for the universe to take something away, or if you've been waiting for the universe to like give you all these signs and push you in this direction, I feel like this is your sign, I guess, to say you should initiate it. You should be the one to quit the job or to sell your house or to apply for that program or whatever this transition involves. Um, and yeah, so there's some degree of initiation here and agency. So even if the situation does involve things that are outside of your hands, I still think that there needs to be some element of like your individual willpower influencing the direction of things in some capacity. So I also got here and now and higher consciousness. So I really feel like you guys are going to be, I mean, I could see that a lot again with this like Six of Swords and Raccoon or Page of Wands energy. It's very, again, very dynamic, very adaptable. And I can see that with the here and now card that you guys are going to be coming from a place, like the way that you're viewing life is going to be coming from a place of being really present, like not resisting what happens in the present moment, not getting super worried about the future and trying to plan and control everything, not being super worried that you're making the wrong decision because you're trusting yourself in the moment. So there's a lot about being able to navigate and be dynamic and make changes because you are so present in the here and now and you are so at peace with the current moment. And you're coming at it from a place of higher consciousness. So you are, if there are things outside of your control that are going on, which I do think is possible, I still think that you are able to come at it from, again, that place of higher consciousness where you're able to see maybe the silver lining or understand the meaning of things, why it's happening, and have this larger perspective that is going to allow you to still act from an intuitive place and not from a like stressed out and super worried and fearful place that makes you want to control things. No, I see you being, yeah, just like surrendering to what you can't control and really adapting and making the best possible decisions for yourself in the moment based off of the information that you do have. So, yeah, I just think that you're going to come from a really enlightened place throughout this transition. And again, this could be throughout all of 2026 that you're experiencing this. So, yeah, I don't know the time frame. I think is kind of just initiating around this holiday season, but it's not only going to happen during Christmas. So spirit, what else is coming through? So many of these cards are reversed. So what is the timing? Great question. um Let me roll this house die and see what's the timing on this manifestation. When will this likely happen? So we have the 6, so 6 months from now. So, I'd be curious about like the Sagittarius full moon happening in June. There might be something going on in the month of June for you guys. Anything else around timing, spirit, for this transition to fully take place or to really like get to the meat of it? We have romance. Okay, that's definitely nothing to do with timing. Anything about timing, spirit? We have no need to worry. Okay, we're just gonna stick with that June period. That's 6 months from now. If you're watching this at a later period, um, then 6 months from whenever you're watching it. The romance and no need to worry could be another message. So we'll see if that comes back up. So some of you guys might be having concerns about other people if you do make this transition, how it relates to maybe a romantic interest or a friend or a teacher or just a loved one of some sort. And it's saying, don't worry about that person. How, I don't know how it's going to affect them exactly, but I think it will turn out in the relationship's favor in some way. Like it won't fuck up the relationship basically. Okay, so what else is coming in for my 6 of Swords group? What is it what's the blessing coming in for them? We have the Lovers. Okay, something's going on here with relationships. There's some kind of blessing in relationships. It's saying don't worry about people. We got the Romance and the Lovers card. I almost wonder if you do make this transition, like if you are single, if you do make this transition, I almost wonder if you will meet like your the love of your life or the next partner or like really close friends in that new phase of life. So like if you move somewhere new, if you will like meet way better friends and way better people, or if you um move like change jobs, maybe you'll like meet the love of your life because of that new job. And if this is not related to that, then if you're already with somebody, for example, and you already have really strong relationships, this is saying that the relationships are actually going to be positively impacted by this transition, maybe because you will have like a better energy. Maybe you will have more to offer the people. Yeah, the World and the King of Cups, a lot coming in around love. Because King of Cups is very much a love card. So the World and the King of Cups, I think that you guys are going to be reaching some kind of emotional fulfillment that could be very much impacting your relationships. So again, I think that there's two messages here. This is a second blessing coming for you guys, that there is going to be some kind of major transition. Um, Coming from the self, and again, it might be moving homes or some kind of change in your home or the way you make money, and once you make that change, I see you guys having a lot of emotional fulfillment and getting to some kind of place within relationships that is going to be really rewarding, and I think you're gonna be grateful that you took whatever chance this was, that you were so adaptable, because I think that that would be the only that would be the only place from which you like energetic place from which you could meet this person. So it's like, okay, yeah, like a spontaneous, maybe I'll say yes and go on that trip, or I'll initiate this change because I'm feeling it. And I'll listen to my intuition, even though I don't have everything super planned out. And you kind of being action oriented and spontaneous and taking those risks and accepting like what's changing in the moment and being agile, the person is going to be on the path when you're doing that. So maybe they're on that trip, on that plane that you're on. Hi, Mike. How's it going? So we're on pile two, the blessings coming in for the Six of Swords group. So what else is coming in for Six of Swords? What other blessing is coming in? I just think that you guys are going to feel like you've reached some kind of accomplishment within relationships. Um, yeah. So what else is coming through for my Six of Swords? Yeah, I think if you guys have had stressful relationships recently with the 5 of Wands, or if you're in some kind of market that seems really competitive, with the 5 of Wands in reverse, I could see you guys maybe standing out. So if this is you, like let's say you do move and you start, or you change jobs and you start online dating or something like that. This is you standing out from the crowd in some way, somehow rising above the rest, rising above the competition, being noticed. And then if this is existing conflict with people, I see that subsiding. So there's something where you're kind of like winning, you're coming out on top in some way, and it's going to lead you. Some of you guys, if you're single, some of you guys could end up getting married with the 4 of Wands and then the 10 of Wands in reverse. This could also speak to like having a really happy and stable home. So some of you guys do move or do change the way that you make money. The place that you're going to next, like that new job or that new home or whatever, is going to be like the thing for you. You're going to feel like, oh, this was my dream job. This is my dream house. I feel very at peace here. I feel very loved here. Or it could be a new relationship. Like, oh, I'm glad I left that old friendship group or that old relationship, because now I was in this limbo and I wasn't sure if I'd meet somebody, and then I did, and now it's way better than what I was previously in. And it doesn't feel difficult. With the 10 of Wands in reverse, it's like you might have felt like you're about to give up, and then on having this thing or on it even feeling good, and then all of a sudden it's in your life and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." A lot of you guys, there's a lot of messages around love. So if that's not your thing, this might not be your pile, or there could be some element of relationships that tie into your goal. in ways that you maybe didn't initially consider. So, anything else for let's see. Okay, anything else for my 6 of Swords group? Anything that they need to know that they don't know yet? Anything else? The 10 of Cups. Oh my god, you guys are just I think that some of you guys are gonna get married or gonna meet the love of your life or find the most fulfilling job or opportunity or place to live. Like, there's something really, really huge around that. Let me just see if there's any other areas of life that come through. We have the 2nd house and then Scorpio. So, yeah, some of you guys could be this could be related to finances or merging finances. So maybe you, like, do get married or you share your resources together, or maybe you, um go work for a new company, and there's a lot with that Scorpio, maybe there's a lot more of this feeling of, like, connection and intimacy and close relationships in the people that you do work with, maybe more of like a family. So, yeah, there's really strong energy around, like, family and transitioning from one place to another. So having some kind of change of home, something that stabilizes you, something that brings in really good relationships, and being adaptable to what is happening. So very, very strong blessings for you guys. If you want love, that is in the cards for you. Absolutely. And if you want to move houses, that might be exactly how you find them. So that's what I see for you. Group number 2. So let's go ahead and move on. Oh, wait, no. Actually, let me pull some timing cards. So go ahead and ask. This is often about timing, but not always. But go ahead and ask one question, group number 2. One question, and then I'll pull a card now to kind of respond to that question. So, what's your question? Ask it away, and feel free to drop it in the chat. So, what is the answer to group 2's question? Hopefully, this relates to you. We have helpful people. Okay, there's so much coming out around people and relationships and love. So I don't know what your question was exactly, but people are going to play a really key role in the achievement of this desire, or they're going to represent like an added benefit or an added layer of benefit. So I think that this is saying that even if you don't have all the answers right now, that the helpful people around you might be able to give you some of those answers, or they might be able to offer the support that you need in some kind of way. So it's like, if you want to move somewhere new, maybe see if you know anybody who knows anybody who already lives there. For example, if you want a new job, maybe ask your friend if somewhere is hiring at their company. So there's something here around, you don't have to do this alone. People are going to play a really big role either in the achievement of the blessing or in the blessing itself and like what you get as a result of making this change. Okay, so I don't know if that relates to your question at all, but hopefully it does. Okay. So pile 3, we have 30, 37 minutes. Okay, I'm just writing these down, so I'll have to do this later. And feel free to drop in the chat if you guys have any questions. So up next we have pile 3. So pile 3, you chose the Ace of Cups and this little present with the sign language on it, which I just think is so cute. So this could potentially be about love as well. Okay. So with the Ace of Cups, my pile 3, you guys are going to be given the opportunity to have some kind of wish fulfillment. In particular, I think that this is going to relate to other people as well, maybe some kind of relationship, but I kind of feel like I should pull more cards first. But usually the Ace of Cups is somebody coming towards you in love. This could also be working with people that you really enjoy working with. But there's something here around people. Again, I'll get more clarifiers in a second. But I pulled 2 animal cards for you guys. And one of them is the marten, which talks about camaraderie. And then one of them is the dog, which talks about loyalty and devotion. So whatever it is that you guys are connecting to in this next year, and this Christmas gift that is kind of setting you up for this next year, I see you guys having some sense of uh not permanence, but there is this feeling of like um yeah, things are being very stable. So if you meet a love person in your love life, like this is somebody that will be very devoted to you and is going to be there for the long haul. If this is indicating better relationships with your people that you work with or family members or whatever, this is saying that you guys are going to be having a very stable and like devoted relationship to each other for the long term. I also got the inner calling card. So this could also be speaking to like purpose or listening to your intuition or your calling, or maybe feeling called to unite with certain people. So I'm going to kind of leave that loosey goosey and then pull some cards to get clear on what exactly you're manifesting. And feel free to drop in the chat anything that you're doing for Christmas, Christmas wishes that you guys have, or Hanukkah or any other holidays that you celebrate. Okay. So I need to get better at looking in the camera more. I keep like looking at the chat, looking at the cards, and then my eyes are downcast the whole time. Okay, so what's coming up, Spirit, for pile 3, this Ace of Cups group? What is the blessing? What's the Christmas miracle coming for my pile 3s? So we have the Justice card, the Christmas miracle, King of Pentacles, okay. Christmas miracle for my pile 3. We have the 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh. For the second group with the 10 of Cups, that's amazing. Christmas miracle for pile 3. We have the Emperor. Wow. The Star. Last one. Spirit. And the Queen of Wands. Okay. Amazing. So, okay. I think I'm getting a message now. So I do feel like this is related to more to your purpose. It is possible that you could have like something come through and far as like family relationships and ending up with somebody. Yes, it's possible. But something else that I'm seeing with the Ace of Cups and the inner calling is I feel like you guys are going to find some type of some kind of like purpose. Maybe this is a creative inspiration. Maybe this is a career opportunity. Maybe this is I don't know. Let me roll this dice to see what areas of life. So we have the 6th house. Yeah, something with work. 6th house in Aries. So maybe this is something that you're doing in regards to your health. I mean, it could be something with that, but I think most of you guys, there's going to be something here with like you having maybe more of a leadership position at work. You may be getting a chance to start your own business because Aries is very entrepreneurial. But there's something here where I feel like you guys are getting some kind of like new spark within your work. So maybe you're trying something in a new way, or again, getting some kind of promotion, or maybe you're changing jobs. Or maybe you just like reach this new level within the work that you're doing and it feels extremely fulfilling for you, and not just fulfilling, but I think very financially rewarding. So you're reaching some kind of new level within what you're doing, or again, changing what you're doing to feel very emotionally fulfilled. But I do think that relationships play a very key role here with camaraderie, with the devotion card. I think this is going to speak to the people that you work with or the people that support you within the workplace. So if this is you having a business, these could be your clients. This could be people on social media watching your videos or, watching your posts. This could be your coworkers and colleagues, people who offer you a lot of support, or a boss who's looking down upon you in a positive way and they're encouraging you and trying to get you to take on more of, again, a leadership position of some sort. So there's something here around getting a lot of mutual support within the workplace, or having even like fans of what you're doing, if this is something that is a little bit more like fame oriented. So yeah, I'm seeing you guys getting a lot of fulfillment out of that. And with the Justice and the King of Pentacles, I can see that there is going to be a lot of financial rewards here. The Justice card represents fairness. So this is likely something that you have been putting energy and time into in the past, and or you've spent years developing some kind of skill, and now it's finally coming to pay off with the Justice and the King of Pentacles, and you're getting the rewards for all of those years of effort. So feeling like, okay, I'm finally getting some kind of breakthrough. In the King of Pentacles, the breakthrough is in the material world. So having, again, more money coming into you, having more agency in the decisions of the company that you're working for or over your schedule, and being able to spend just as much time on your health and your sleep as you do your work or whatever. So having more balance with the justice card can really come into play. Feeling like you also have money to spare, like money to save, money to spend on other people. I can see that there is some feeling of being yeah, of an overflow with the Ace of Cups, and not just financially or fiscally, but I see emotional overflow with the Ten of Cups. This is some kind of like, again, wish fulfilled. So maybe you've always wanted this thing, and it's finally happening for you. And I think it is going to draw in a lot of really beautiful relationships. So let's say like you do up level your career in some way or get some kind of leadership power in some way. This is you having really good relationships with the people who work under you, or maybe it brings in the opportunity for you then to expand your family and have a child because now you have a lot more money coming in. So there's something in regards to that where the love kind of amplifies and it goes beyond just the material success and into a place of emotional success and like relational success, and ripples out and it touches many lives beyond just yours. So this could also be you being like a teacher or yeah, a mentor of some sort where you're helping someone's life, and then that person helps another person, and I'm just seeing this like rippling out effect in terms of your emotional well-being, not just like in your career, but in how you being in touch with um your own calling and your own interests, then and being a leader in that space allows you to then impact all these other people's purposes and all these other people's lives. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. So I just feel like you're going to have a really, really big impact and you're going to get some kind of karmic outcome that was here for you all along. Okay, I also see with the Queen of Wands, the Star, and the Emperor, I think that you guys are going to have some kind of like reset within yourself. Maybe some of you guys will change your fashion. Maybe some of you guys will lose weight or will get really disciplined with your like career. But I see something here where you guys are going to be um very like magnetic, and I think it's going to be because you are also pouring back into yourself or you're doing something that's really exciting for you. The Queen of Wands and Star card is literally like fame and recognition and being like being a person that people can't help but notice. That's this type of energy. So I really feel like you guys are going to be, yeah, with the Emperor card, this could be again business, leadership, success, having the ability to make your own decisions. I just really feel like if any of you guys here are entrepreneurs, I can see your business really taking off this year. Or if there's something that you have had with the Emperor card that you have had full control over, or again, are a leader over of some sort, I can really, really see that going super, super well for you. And I just think that you're going to be really magnetic. And I think a lot of it comes from, again, you kind of pouring back into yourself. And so if you want to like change up your clothes, change up your style, or do something different to kind of stand out, I see you naturally coming into that energy, like feeling like you have maybe more sex appeal or star power, and whatever you need to do to feed that thought, feed that feeling. This is really recommending to do that. So how do you feed your star power? And the Emperor is somebody who just has a lot of control over something. So if you felt in the past like the whims of someone or something else in the world for your own happiness or for your own success, I really feel like you're going to figure something out this year to have success come from you, or to figure out a way to have more control over the outcome of something. Whether it's you're being given it by being given a new position, or you go out and take it, but there's something here of like, I'm mastering something and I'm fully controlling it, and I know what levers to pull to get what outcomes, and now I can go out and do that thing. And not just like from a pure technical place, but from a place of like inspiration and excitement as well, and intuition. So what other blessings are coming in for my group number 3? We have the Death card, my Ace of Cups, group 3. What other blessings are coming in for them? I love this. This is my pal, Zoe, and I've been so excited about a workshop I've been developing and things falling into place in a soul on fire kind of way with work. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, so I think that everyone who has chosen this pile, you're going to see something that feels like, oh, this is my purpose. You're going to see that really come into its full shining essence. Like you're going to see that become its build up to its greatest potential within the next year. So we have, okay, the next blessings. We have the death and the six of cups and the page of cups and the ace of wands. So I feel like these are kind of two different messages. Um, so let me pull a clarifier for this death card. Hey, Courtney, I chose pile 3. I love it so much. Hi, Natasha. Um, I'm so glad that you're here. Yeah, some of you guys are gonna have some really, really major shakeups in your life. Um, something that's been there for a long time. Okay, I want to pull another clarifier for the Six of Cups. And I think that's part of what is bringing this purpose into such focus is maybe that there's going to be some major changes coming in for you that have, again, been there for a really long time. In regards to your family, especially with the 10 of Pentacles clarifying the 6 of Cups, I think that there's going to be some major changes to where you live, to your family members, to yeah, I don't know exactly what this is, but there's something going on here where maybe this is all about blessings, so I'm gonna just keep it positive, but there could just be some really major shifts within the family. Um, so I don't know what exactly that would be. I kind of want to pull another card to see. One second. So, okay, one more. We have the sheep. Okay, there's a couple messages coming in here. So some of you guys could be having again some really major change to your family unit, and this spurs some kind of huge awakening within you that then allows you to step more into your purpose. Um that's part of this. Another message is that some of you guys could have some kind of like long standing goal since childhood or something that you've always really really wanted, but maybe you're not quite on that path if you just keep going with what you're doing, and it might require a major shakeup of some sort. So let's say that you see this like let's say that you're in one field right now and you're good at what you're doing and you mostly align with it and you like it, but there's something in particular since many years ago or maybe since you were a kid or something about like your own essence and what you're really good at, and you had this dream about tapping into that skill, but you've never 100% aligned with it and went for it. I can see you guys making some kind of major like career leap to align with that now. So, let me give you an example. Let's say like for my own example, I love astrology and I do want to keep doing astrology. But ever since I was a kid, I said I always wanted to write a book. And that was kind of like my big thing to do before I die, basically, my big life goal. So while I do want to keep doing astrology, it does take a huge pivot to also be able to make time to write. And if this would be you guys maybe even leaving behind an existing career to do something like that. So there's something here around I'm willing to end something. I'm willing to walk away from something. For some of you guys, this could be like a childhood home that came through with the Six of Cups, or moving away from somewhere that you've lived for a really long time, or again, changing your career from one field to another, or maybe there's some kind of passing in the family and it changes the dynamics and you're able to then get out of a situation that you're currently in and move forward. Like if you're taking care, if you have elderly parents and you're taking care of them, this could represent having some kind of change that creates freedom and momentum. So yeah, I just feel like whatever was getting like not getting in the way, but I guess there's going to be something that acts as a catalyst to help you reach for this big new beginning in your life, and potentially like this new career path. We also have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So again, I feel like there is some kind of like tower moment, not in a bad way. I mean, I think it's going to be more of a freeing way where you leave something behind or something ends. And we have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and it leads you to like following your intuition more and saying, okay, yeah, I want to go and do that thing that really excites me. So if you have any kind of tower moment or have in the past, where it feels like you like there is a death or a loss or a change or something that you always were doing or that was always there somehow becomes destabilized, just trust that it's leading you into a place of greater fulfillment in your purpose, and that it is going to catalyze that forward movement. So yes, don't be if nothing has happened, then don't be scared, but if you can kinda see what I'm talking about already, then just know that this is going to be used as, like, fuel for your goals. Okay, so any last messages from my pile 3? What is the miracle happening for them this Christmas season? Any last messages? Um, yeah, I'm getting some cards that are bringing up some emotions for sure. I got the 3 of Swords and 8 of Swords. Any last messages for my pile 3 about their miracle? And then the Hangman. Okay, so I got 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and Hangman. So I feel like you guys what's happening for you is there might be some stuff coming up over the holidays emotionally. Maybe you're feeling more worried about something or sensitive about something. With the 3 of Swords, this can often represent something that makes you cry or something that makes you just like, yeah, sensitive. So if you're having some kind of feelings about something not going right or something that's already happened, this is saying that you might be a little bit of in this like I'm worrying a little bit about this too much, but the Christmas miracle that's going to happen with the Hangman in reverse is you guys getting out of this energy and being able to have a better perspective on a situation, and not feel like you are stuck ruminating about a same difficult thing. So if there's been something difficult on your mind or on your heart, this is saying that you're transmuting that, in particular, especially with the Sag new moon, by getting a better perspective on the situation. So feeling like you yeah, just the hang one is just a higher perspective or like, yeah, changing your viewpoint because it's literally somebody who's always looking at something right side up and then all of a sudden they're well, whichever way, they're hanging upside down and they look at the whole situation differently. So there's something about that that's going to cause maybe an emotional release for you that's going to help you feel lighter and freer, as a result of this holiday season. Okay, so we're going to wrap up. I'm going to pull some cards for my pile 3. If you have a particular question or something that you want to manifest that you're curious about, go ahead and ask about that now. So you can say your question out loud, you can type it in the chat, and I'm going to pull a card to kind of speak to that manifestation or that curiosity. So what is it for my pile 3s that they need? Take action. Okay, so whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, we did see that with Aries. This is going to be self initiated, something that you need to take action on and not wait for somebody else, or wait for permission. Like I see, again, there's some kind of catalyst event that's going to help it align a lot faster for you. But I do think that you guys need to be the ones to initiate. And we are coming into Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries in February. So we are definitely coming into a space of needing to be initiating things for ourselves, of being the own agents of our lives. So, whatever this is that you're curious about, if you're wanting some kind of material career success, I can absolutely see that coming in for you, but it is going to be in response to the action that you take. So, if you're kind of, again, waiting for it to just happen out of nowhere, it's not going to happen like that. Saturn, Neptune, and Aries wants us to make the decisions, make the moves, and then the results will align with those moves that we make. So that's everything that I have for you, group 3. I will spend a couple more minutes here just to see if you guys have any questions. Drop them in the chat, maybe about your personal life or anything, and I can pull some cards for your personal questions. And if nobody has any, then we'll sign off. But we'll just see if anyone has anything going on. For me personally, what do I have going on? Well, I just got back to the US. Um, so I'm kind of behind. I'm behind on responding to people on texts, chats. So if you haven't heard from me, I'm sorry. Um, I am having my mom fly in like the next 15 minutes. I'm super excited to see her. And for the holidays, we're just going to be hanging out here. We're going to go snowmobiling. My brother actually cut down a tree. Because in Colorado here, you can pay a few bucks to like the park and take your truck out there and just go cut one down yourself, which is super cool. So it's like a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that we kind of decorated. And so yeah, I'm excited to have Christmas. Okay, it looks like nobody has any questions. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. I just want to say how much I appreciate you guys